Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Game 3 of the Finals, as the scene now shifts to the United Center on the west side of Chicago, with the Bulls and the Utah Jazz all even at a victory apiece. The next three, Dr. Jack Ramsey, are here in Chicago.
The Bulls are going to hold serve, Brent. They've got to come out with a lot of intensity. Typically, they have not played with the same focus at home as they have on the road.
Gentlemen, Game 3. Veterans like yourselves, have a great game.
Stay up the dog.
And here's the Utah opening possession of this Game 3. Malone's jump shot is there. How huge is that? As Malone puts the first one down. Over now to Hornacek. Back to Malone, drives the lane, comes for the layup, good.
As the first quarter unfolded, Utah's strategy was clear: to reestablish Malone as their main offensive weapon.
Side of Karl Malone, mailman, faking, twisting, jumping, and scoring again. Karl Malone has hit 6 consecutive shots. Unbelievable.
The mailman carrying Utah on his big shoulders right now.
If Malone had run free, Chicago's defense would now make sure to shackle him.
Chicago trying to pick up the defense if they can, and Rodman trying to be more physical on him.
But these Bulls are swarming the Jazz defensively.
Malone with Rodman hand fighting him, and Malone offensive foul came up and he drilled Rodman.
Having contained Malone, the Bulls would now shut down his teammates.
Offensive foul.
Great position, Scottie Pippen.
Utah cannot get into its rhythm. Stockton's having a nightmare against the Chicago defense.
Nicely, making a drive on Harper, blocked by Harper, taken away. Great defense by the Bulls.
Now Stockton drives it down the floor, and Pippen's there over to running Malone into Pippen. No offensive foul called on the mailman, and Pippen draws another charge.
This Bulls defense is as good as it gets.
Sloan could stop the clock, but he couldn't stop the Bulls, as Chicago would now take charge.
One bounce, Pippen at the free throw line. Comes the lane, running, tough hook shot off the glass, good for Scottie Pippen.
Scottie against Morris, lost him down the lane.
Pippen faked the shot, drive left to right, the running one-hander by Pippen, good, held it, and he's fouled. Scottie Pippen, the Bulls tearing the Jazz up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the rout is on in Chicago.
Bulls running away, they're up 60-38.
Lim Jag, looking.
Fake right, go left, he'll go to the baseline.
As the Bulls completed an historic triumph, Jordan added the finishing touch.
Jordan wrapped up by Armstrong, and somehow, some way, he scores.
Back up the trucks. This baby is history.
The fans delirious here in Chicago.
Unbelievable beating on Utah.
The greatest victory in NBA final history is done. Light the fireworks. 96-54.
This is actually the score? Is this the final? I thought it was 196. Seemed like they scored 196.
The win tonight here in the United Center means the Bulls get the chance to close it out at home on Friday.
So many questions to be answered by the Utah Jazz. How do you come back after a 42-point drubbing?
After a blowout like that, you turn around and say, okay, well, it's one game and we lost. We have to show up tonight and play hard-nosed Jazz basketball, else we're in trouble.
And from the start, Karl Malone made it clear that Jazz would be a different team.
Hooks his shot up and scores.
There you go, Karl. That's the way to do it.
Malone now wants to post up again. Pull-up jump shot over the top of Longley.
Luke cannot handle him tonight.
But Malone would be matched by Scottie Pippen.
Pippen firing for three. Oh, man.
Rebound, run down. Pippen goes and takes it away from Stockton. Left corner, three. Got it. Oh, baby. He's looking for an MVP.
Chicago was surging, but this time Malone and the Jazz refused to fold.
Huge hoop for the mailman. So Utah hanging in the neighborhood here today, unlike in Game 3.
Came out with a different intensity tonight.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
The The intensity and the Bulls' defense would grow more ferocious.
Utah has not yet scored in the fourth quarter. Could it be happening again?
Chicago's stifling defense began to take its toll on the Jazz.
Harper dives for it. Stockton and Harper. Harper's got it. Turn it over.
In a game that seemed up for grabs, the Bulls had now taken control.
And a burst by Chicago.
It's a dangerous time for Utah right here, Doug.
They trail by 7, but the game may be hanging in the balance here, and Sloan knows it.
But the Bulls couldn't shake the resilient Jazz.
Suddenly it's Utah. Does the game turn here?
Come on, Jazz. Come on, Lucky.
And as the game reached its waning moments, Utah seized the advantage.
Utah can take the lead. Stockton one-hand four strides for the lead. Got it.
Oh, boy.
On a driving layup. So after a blowout, we're in for a different kind of ending here in Game 4 in Chicago.
With time winding down, the Bulls would turn to a conventional weapon.
Michael Jordan regains the lead.
And an unconventional one.
Loose ball, crucial loose ball. There's a foul.
This man wants it a little bit more than everybody else right now.
That's a good foul. Dennis Rodman, a notoriously bad free throw shooter.
You can't be afraid to face the reality of not winning.
Oh, did it? Rodman at that free throw line right now. Makes it.
So it didn't faze me at all. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't jittery. You got to go out there and do the job.
In the air. Good again. How about that?
Rodman's free throws had sealed Game 4 and given Chicago a commanding series lead.
And does anyone in America think that Michael Jordan will let this series out of the city of Chicago Friday night?
Right now we're 3-1, we're in control, and tonight was like an appetizer. Friday could be the entree.
Get your Bulls Jazz program right here for Game 5, the clincher.
They're going to win it tonight. This is it. Yeah, this is it. They're not going back to Utah. Tonight is the night.
Welcome to United Center, where the city of Chicago is bracing for a celebration, while the Utah Jazz is trying to keep that party on hold.
Getting ready for Game 5. Is this the last one, Billy?
Yes, it is.
The stage is set for a celebration. So what the Utah Jazz faces is simply this. They've got to make this a competition, not a coronation.
Stockton and Malone, two of the top 50 players in the history of this game. If this game is going to go back to Game 6, then these two guys must get it done tonight.
We lay it on the basketball court, and we come out off the court. We all celebrating, and Joe's going to be happy. Let's go, baby.
And early on, it seemed that Tony Kukoc would personally lead the way to the Bulls' coronation as he launched a one-man barrage in the first quarter.
Kukoc, here he comes, off the dribble with a drive, score!
He is just on fire.
But standing between the Bulls and the championship was Karl Malone, who was intent on sending the series back to Utah.
Inside of Karl Malone. The mailman squares away, jumping up, good!
Malone continues to carry the Utah Jazz as they try to stave off elimination.
Malone gets the shot away. It's in. Karl Malone keeps pouring them in.
As the mailman scored at will, the Bulls would begin to unravel.
I sense a little anxiety, a little tightness here in Chicago.
It may be a lack of focus preparing for the parade and the celebration.
While Chicago struggled, Malone was lifting his play even higher.
Oh, better move. Where did that come from?
Even the continued heroics of Kukoc would not be enough, as the festive atmosphere had now been turned into stunned silence by Malone's classic 39-point performance.
Back inside of Karl Malone. He'll jump it for 15. Good!
Malone personally pushing this series back toward Utah.
But with the Bulls trailing by 2, there was time for Jordan to try and write a storybook ending.
Into Jordan, a prayer. We go to Utah.
And what a quiet crowd all of a sudden. All those plans for the parade, for the victory celebration, for the awarding of the trophy. Out the window, baby! We're going to Salt Lake City.
Go Jazz, man. Go Jazz. All the way. Bring it to Game 7 and take it home.
Here at the
Delta Center. Welcome to Game 6. The Chicago Bulls show up having lost the home court advantage in the finals, but the Bulls are a competent team. They have never lost a Game 6 in their finals history.
Facing a raucous Utah crowd and a revitalized Jazz team, Scottie Pippen and the Bulls would be dealt another ominous setback in the early moments of Game 6.
Bob, I think Scottie Pippen pulled his back out on that dunk shot.
And with Pippen hobbled, the Jazz would immediately capitalize on his absence.
Up top to Karl Malone, fake right, try to go left, get out. Comes back right side, strong move. Deep in lane, put it up, good! Got it! He's fouled! The ball there, delivers!
They roar their approval at the Delta Center as the first quarter comes to an end.
With Utah surging and Pippen's status in doubt, the Bulls' fate would be placed in familiar hands.
They go to Jordan, low left, here we go. Follow-away, base left, shot good! Down on the angle left, they go to Jordan. Michael, one bounce, fire away. Score another one, a man possessed.
Michael feels right now he can make every shot he takes.
The Jazz simply had no answers for Jordan, who would scorch them for 23 points in the first half.
Michael Jordan sticks his third three-pointer of the half.
But Utah's two superstars would now respond as one, working in tandem as they had done so many times before.
Strong Karl Malone. Karl Malone carrying the load once again for the Utah Jazz.
As the second half began, one question remained.
And Scottie Pippen is back out here on the floor. Whether or not he'll be able to play and play effectively, we'll find out. He is starting the second half.
Between the rings, Harper. Into Pippen in the lane. Scottie with a jump hook. Good. Point blank right in front of the hoop.
With Pippen back on the court, the Bulls would battle the Jazz to a standstill for most of the second half.
Jordan holding high, he'll fake right, go left. Pull up, he's open, 12-footer, good!
But while the Jazz searched in vain for a way to somehow contain the red-hot Jordan, Utah was being lifted by an inspired Karl Malone.
Squares away. Fake right, go left to the base, go to the hoop, lay it up and in with a left hand. Karl Malone!
And as the clock ticked down on this crucial game, it seemed destined to come down to its final moments. Finally, with the score tied and less than a minute remaining, Utah would have its chance to seize control.
Stockton with a three on the way. Good! John Stockton with a cold-blooded three, and Utah takes the lead.
Now in the waning seconds, the Bulls would face yet another critical challenge. With the Jazz poised to force a seventh game, Chicago's incomparable will would be tested one more time.
Out front to the man, Michael Jordan. Jordan up top, fake left, go right. He's there, lay it up, score it easily. Wow. Stockton inside of Karl Malone, they double it. Jordan knocks it away from him. Jordan's got it. The Bulls can win it right here. The Bulls can win it. Unbelievable.
16 seconds left. Bulls down one. Michael against Russell. 12 seconds. 11. 10. Jordan. Jordan a drive. Hangs. Fires. Yes! He scores. The Bulls lead 87-86 with 5 2/10 left. And now they're one stop away. Oh my goodness.
Russell comes into Stockton. Stockton 4 seconds. Stockton a three up out front. Rimming. No. Ball tipped away. Chicago is world champions once more. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship in the last 8 years.
To the Chicago Bulls, the 1998 NBA champion, and a team for the ages. Congratulations.
In 1984, the Bulls were coming off a dreary 27-55 season. Using the third pick in the draft, they chose a guard from North Carolina named Michael Jordan. And Chicago basketball would never seem dreary again.
Bulls can cut it to one if they score. Jordan down the middle all the way. Jordan to the hoop. Oh! Tipped it out to Jordan down the lane all the way. An unbelievable move. He put it in and it goes.
Soon fans around the world were glued to the nightly highlights, hoping to catch that day's spectacular play.
The inbounds pass comes into Jordan. Here's Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win! They win it!
The next 6 years would be devoted to surrounding Michael with a group of spirited and unselfish players capable of mounting a championship run.
Checks it, Greer falls down, and Cartwright steals the ball. Ahead to Jordan. Michael blowing in, beats Pippen for the jam. Powerhouse!
By 1991, the journey was finally complete. Fittingly, it would be Magic Johnson's Lakers, one of the great champions of the 80s, who would cede their crown to the Bulls. Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan.
The Chicago Bulls have won their first ever NBA championship.
Season after season, the Bulls would courageously defend what they felt was rightfully theirs.
Paxton going for the win.
There's Paxton for three.
Yeah! Yeah!
It's all over. The Chicago Bulls have won 3 straight NBA championships.
And while some of the faces have changed, over the years, the standard of excellence has never wavered.
Michael, 6 seconds, 5. Michael in traffic to Kerr, 15-footer.
Have won their 5th championship in the last 7 years. It is Bedlam here at the United Center.
Over an 8-year span, they would be crowned champions 6 times, establishing themselves as one of sport's proudest dynasties.
You know, all I wanted to do when I was young was maybe play in college and be a college basketball player. I never thought I'd make it to the NBA. And even once I made it to the NBA, I certainly never expected all of this. You know, to win championships and to hit a game-winning shot. It's been amazing, and I'm a lucky man.
Every day, I'm going to remember every day, every practice, everything that happened on the road, everything. These are the things that you don't forget.
I'm gonna miss those closed door meetings where everyone could just relax and say whatever they wanted to say, because it was only the coaching staff and the players, and we'd discuss problems that were going on with the team, and everyone was very vocal, and I'm really gonna miss those moments.
We have this great unity where everyone has their own way of doing things, their own mindset, and we respect that. And then once we come together in that circle, we put it all together, and you have a full sun.
We've shared a lot together, and it's very saddening when you have to think that it could be over. But the guys will be in touch, and 10 years from now, the guys will know where everyone is and what's going on, because there's a bond there, a unity that we have, that we shared hard times together and some great times.